Okay, these really are not professional videos. Okay, so where we just were is we were seeing how the pooch comes out when I try to lift my legs. So what that means is I have to go back and I have to exhale and pull up. Can I use only my lower body to lift the legs? Yes. So that worked. The bands, I could feel them reaching up and in to support the weight of my lower legs. Okay? So what happened was I couldn't use at that point both my upper body and my lower body without this happening. So that's a really good example of going back. I mean, I've done this so many times, but I still have to have the right awareness when I enter an exercise to engage the right places before I start doing it as an exercise. So I am going to inhale, exhale, engage the lower, and pull up. And now I'm really aligned with that inward and upward lower body. And I can even do little kicks, and I feel the whole bands activating. Okay? So I'm going to keep doing that until I feel confident that I can maintain that muscle memory while integrating my upper torso and rib cage. I think I did it that time. I'm doing it, even though you see the round that's actually coming from the top, but here is flat. Okay? So, give that a try, everyone. And one more note of what you're noticing, okay? At some point, I became very aware of my lumbar curve and that my lumbar was up and off the ground, that it hadn't quite made itself supported all the way on the earth, that while my pubis was really pulling up and in while the legs were lifted and the upper torso was really rounding and curving down, at some point, my lower back said, hey, I'm working here. So I'm like, okay, you're working here. And this is where we have to really question, is it so bad that the lower back is actually working here? This is part of the issue with isolation exercises. Why would we want the pubic pelvic floor muscles to be so strong that they're over strong than the band on the back side? Actually, ideally, we don't. That's the issue. This whole idea that the back shouldn't also work is how backs get weak. That actually you can have muscles so strong in the front that it actually pulls out the back. Same thing, you can have so much tension in your back with no support in the front that you actually, the muscles of the back pull out the back, the spine. We actually need a very balanced band of strength here around this lower pelvic floor. So when you're in that position and you've really engaged your lower pelvic floor muscles and your legs are lifting, and at some point, after a few inhales and exhales, you feel the lower back working, there's nothing wrong with that. What's wrong with it is if you push it beyond your capacity as you start progressing the ladder of this strength building. So it's like you're going to notice you're using those muscles and you're going to say, oh, now's the time when I have to stop. Okay, that's it. That's all I can do. Done. And you stop, you rest, and you come back and you do the exercise again and again. And this is the repetition cycle. It's that you exert that strength for as long as you can without forcing your body to do things it's not ready for. You pull back, you rest, you recover, you tell the body, good, Okay, you started building micro strength. Let's try again. You do it again. This time you're like, your body's either like, no, I already did it too much, or I can only do a second, or you're like, hey, I can do this twice as long. And then again, you pull back and you rest and you do it a third time. And what you start doing is working the intelligence of your muscle memory. That's why we do repetitions. That's why we try, we retract. We try, we pull back. We try, we pull back. And the grace factor is that we slowly, inch by inch get stronger until the point is that you really, can feel and see the strength building over time. And you have to start adapting your exercises because you're so much stronger than you were when you started. And you won't have the patience for watching this video at that point. You'll be like, God, get on with it already, Mahita. Okay, so that was mini extended crunch, where you're lifting both the legs and rounding the upper body. But it was a 2-part video because someone came and said hi to me.